All right, the last personality in level B is the dependent personality disorder. This is a cluster C personality disorder because it's based on anxiety and fear. And the dependent personality disorder is exactly what it sounds like. They're dependent on other people because they feel like they can't make decisions on their own. They may even, they cling to other people. They can't make a phone call to customer service. I mean, they can't do anything. They need someone else to do it. They just don't have the ability to deal with things. So they usually attach themselves to like some sort of group where that group almost like takes care of them, if you will. So they exhibit a pattern of dependent and submissive behavior. Submissive means that like they just do what other people tell them to do. And so being in a relationship is the most important thing for this person. They need to have a relationship to take care of them. And by the way, this is heavily seen in women. Women typically are much more have the high rates of dependent personality disorder involve women rather than men. All right, and some of that is socialization in different societies. They basically rely on others to make decisions for them. I mean, that's the key of dependent personality right there is like, I need you to make this decision. I can't do it. They are often easily hurt. Oh, sorry. The dependent personality sufferers often can't even decide what to wear without constant reassurance. This is a person who's like, what do you think? What do you think? Before school, they're like texting you to like ask you what you think of their outfit, or they're going to show someone like they have trouble. Like they might not go to school because they could never decide exactly what to wear. All right, so they're easily hurt by criticism or disapproval. Like they are so scared about this that they will therefore seek out that approval all the time and always be asking for it, and they'll just do exactly what someone else says. The problem with this is that it gets kind of annoying, right? If you're a friend or you're in a relationship with someone who has a dependent personality disorder, like you feel like you're dealing with a child all the time, and it is really kind of childlike. They feel uncomfortable. They feel helpless if they're alone. So again, dependent personality disorder, they want to be in that group all the time, or they be in a relationship. They just can't not deal with the relationship. But the problem with that is that dependent personality disorder often ends up in abusive relationships. One, because they just are so scared to leave the relationship because they can't do it on their own. So they stick with an abusive situation. So they dependent personality disorder often find themselves in aggressive or potentially violent situations as a result of their own dependence. And then lastly, this disorder often begins in early adulthood and is diagnosed more frequently again in women, much more common in women. And that may have to do with socialization again, as a main key component. But so we see this, we don't diagnose it in teenagers, but in early adulthood, you may start to see some symptoms of that in teenage years, where someone like, oh my goodness, I have to be in a relationship with a boyfriend, or I have to have a girlfriend all the time. And so this becomes problematic, especially as they become an adult. This is a person who probably is very scared to move away, to go to college, or move out of their parents' house. And if they do, they move right into a relationship situation. They're not living with themselves. All right, great. You got practices to do. I should have the Kubu link just down below. Awesome. Thanks.